It's awesome for board testing, just to get the board underfoot and really articulate what I'm feeling. And Waco's such a great canvas for that.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Travis with Surf Park Central. We're here at the Dallas Developers Tour with the YouTube legend, Noel. Noel, how's it going?
Things are cool. I'm stoked to be here.
Nice. Yeah, if you could just kind of state your name, where you're from, and just a quick little background.
So I'm Noel Salas. We have a little YouTube channel called Surf and Show. We do surfboard reviews, surf better tutorials, surf tips, kind of just really dedicated our YouTube channel to help the surf community surf better and have more fun, really. I used to do a lot of board testing in Southern California at the point breaks, and we did that for maybe, 5.5, 6 years, and really taking a love and a liking to wave pools. It's awesome for board testing, just to get the board underfoot and really feel what articulate what I'm feeling. And Waco's such a great canvas for that. I've surfed Kelly's wave pool too, and that's amazing in itself. Both those types of waves just allow you to really spend a lot of time on your feet and really begin to fine-tune your boards, your equipment. And I feel like it's a great platform for me to do what I do, to test boards and fins and that kind of stuff. And then we moved from Aliso Viejo, California, and surf in San Clemente most of the time to Dallas, Texas. And so my new home break is Waco, and Goodsurf here and Fireside with these freestanding or river waves type. It's another great aspect for staying in shape for surfing, working on your rail game a little bit, heel-toe turns. So, yeah, that's kind of what I do. And I do a lot of coaching at Waco, too. So, yeah, and I've done some coaching at Fireside and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of right up my alley. So that's kind of what we do now, on top of all the board reviews and that kind of stuff, and the surf better tutorials for our patrons and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy because, I was kind of watching your rise. It's cool because I think you can be a trusted source for the boards too in the reviews. Like, even if you're sent a product or you'll still be truthful about it, which is kind of, YouTube's a weird place these days, because there's a lot of people that get sent products and you don't really know if the person just doesn't want to not get sent any more products or not. But I feel like you've kind of developed the trust with your audience, which is just kind of unique.
I think we tried to develop trust with the audience and the shapers. So we've had boards that got a bad review, and people say, this just validates the show, but I'm not about hurting people's businesses. This puts food on the tables for shapers and their families, and each board has a lot of R&D that goes into one. So for me to just come in and squash it because it doesn't work good for me, that's not really who I am. Now if the board lacks speed, or if it lacks the ability to surf in overhead waves, or the company calls it a groveler and it doesn't grovel, I feel like I owe it to the surf community to test it and say, it doesn't do this well, but it does these things great. Yeah. And I feel like every board kind of has those elements to it. And you got to remember, I'm reviewing boards from the best shapers in the world. Yeah. So they have their teams testing them. So for a guy like me to get on the board to talk to the surf community and say, hey guys, this board's legit. If it's not on your radar, it should be. It's something special. I'm feeling something special. Yep. And I really feel like the community is spending $700 to $1,000 on a surfboard. We'd want to know where is the best place to put our money on a surfboard, when there's so many options out there.
Yeah, it is just so expensive. And, once you ride the board, it's kind of decreases in value a bunch. So it is kind of pretty big purchase. It's like $1,000 gamble every time you buy a board. But no, you're right. It's like you've developed this relationship with the shapers, and now even at the surf parks, just having basically a control variable. It's just pretty awesome to watch. Now it's it seems like you've been at Waco forever.
Yeah, and I do my best. I know that surfing Waco isn't relatable to everybody, and the point breaks that I was surfing in Southern California aren't relatable to everybody either, so really trying to broaden Surf and Show and reinvent ourselves all the time. Now we're bringing in other board reviewers. I have, a guy in Florida that's riding the boards in the East Coast waves. We have Ian from Woolly TV that does board testing. He has his own YouTube channel. He's doing stuff with me, and he's in West Oz. And then we have other board testers at Waco, kind of just trying to get more people involved so our community can relate to the surfers and the waves that they're surfing, because we want to be relatable.
What do you see as the future with like your channel and just your business, and just how surfing is kind of progressing with the surf parks and just more and more popping up? I mean, even last week there was the Munich pool. Like, are you gonna maybe try to just start doing a little like pool tour?
If I had it my way, I'd get back on tour again, just the pool tour. Waves like Goodsurf or Fireside, where you don't have to paddle in, you don't have to catch a wave, you just step off and you're automatically surfing. I feel like what's coming in wave pool technology with alongside Goodsurf and Fireside and what's going on here in Dallas, it's the quickest way to get better fast. And I mean, you don't even have to position to get a wave here at Goodsurf or Fireside. And I feel like we're learning, it's a good way to learn about heel toe pressure, to put the board on rail, committing to turns. There's so much good that I can talk about in just the waves that Goodsurf and Fireside are doing, that it's going to light up and make it easier for people to feel what it really feels like to be on a board and rushing water under your feet, and then how to turn it a little bit. So it's a great place for a beginner, and then you can definitely advance your surfing and these types of waves. And then I've seen people go from Fireside that are really starting to get good at surfing that, and then they go to Waco and they can barely catch the wave. And you start all over again. So there's certain aspects of it that are good that will help you, but then there's still positioning on a wave, reading the wave, being in the right spot on the wave, and learning to surf a wave. That will always be the mystery that will be great for all these other pools that you can visit. And that's why I want to do them all. I think it sounds fun.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, I think that's what, ideally you have like your big pool, and then you have the standing wave at the big pool as well, because then it's like for the beginners, then once you progress, you go to the big pool. I think that's like ideal. I mean, it's hard to have both, but I think the first park that does that is going to be like a pretty good success and really drawing us all levels of surfing.
Yeah. I think one of the things that's super important, a wave like Kelly's that's 600 yards long, like you're saying, okay, get in the beginning pool like this, like the Fireside or Goodsurf, freestanding Citywave type, is if you can stand up on there and then you get a push in at Kelly's pool and then you're actually riding, okay, you're surfing. However, I think there's one more element that I think most of us are forgetting. I've surfed Kelly's pools 4 times, and ride it from one end to the next, it's a leg burner. And I would say the best place to train for that kind of burn is on a Citywave. Because you're compress, extend the entire time. And the longer you can do that will prep your legs for what you're about to get at Kelly's pool.
Yeah, true. Kelly's pool, and if you're not like in shape, or it's kind of like, oh, damn. And then even just the pressure, like, all right, it's your time for your wave. Don't blow it. Like there's a lot of levels where it's like the Citywave is a lot less pressure for sure, standing wave. Well, I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. What where people can kind of find you, and what I know you maybe have a new board coming out. I saw maybe, right? Might be a secret still, or
no? We did a surf contest, and I've been working on a collab with Duke Aipa, and it's called the Supernova. We'll be launching it July, August. This is like what I would want to surf, like maybe head high and below, mushy surf. It'll go in Goodsurf. But it's not the one board that does all things. It's just for the guys that want to rip on a board that has a pointed nose, that carries a ton of speed, and it goes in mushy waves. So this is one of the boards in my quiver that I would want to surf, and that's very low rocker, wider tail block, it's fast. I think the surf community is going to freak, and it's kind of like a board category that needs a lot of attention. Most of the board manufacturers are making small wave performance boards, and they're more like that. They're best in like 3 to 6 foot surf or 2 to 6 foot surf, but they don't really go into mushy wave. True, yeah. So that's what we're focused on. Duke and I are focused on 1 to 2, 3 foot. If it goes good in overhead, it has too much rocker. Yeah. So we're really focused on this, just a smaller wave where I think most of us are surfing 85, 90% of the time.
Well, Noel, I appreciate it so much. Thanks again. Thanks for coming to the Dallas Developer Store. I'm glad you had a good time. And, yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch. And how can people find out more about you?
Yeah, they can find us at Surf and Show on YouTube. You can find us on Surfer Magazine. We're doing, we have our own collaboration channel there. And then you can find us on Instagram at Surf and Show.
Awesome. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.